Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky group hopes to rev up flood recovery efforts with a well-meaning raffle. And leaders in Floyd County issue a new ordinance meant to help clean up the streets and prevent more trash from dirtying up the environment.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. The time is just about 6:33 on your Friday morning. And no, it's not the weekend, but I am here with Cameron Aaron, the little teaser of the weekend. How you doing, Cameron?
We are making it. It's Friday. Well, it's not really our Friday, Keaton. We work tomorrow, but still, it's Friday for everyone at home. So so it's a good day out there. It's a nice morning across the mountains. We are dry, we are clear, but we are a little bit foggy in some places, especially over our southern counties this morning. Here's a live look from Buffalo Mountain. As you can see down in the valley, some fog is likely, so you may need some extra time on your Friday morning commute down to 1 mile in Middlesboro, 0 miles for Williamsburg. So if you're taking I-75 from Whitley County into Campbell County, you may need some extra time out there because some dense fog is possible this morning. Those temperatures upper 50s and lower 60s, 62 for Pikeville, 65 in Jackson, 52 for Clintwood, and 57 over in Wise, Virginia at this hour. The good news, we are dry, a clean sweep on Pinpoint Doppler, and that will continue into the afternoon as well. As you can see, we stay dry under plenty of sunshine. A really nice Friday on tap. Highs warming up into the upper 80s, possibly some lower 90s in some places, and we stay warm into the weekend. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Keaton.
It's a good weekend to get outside. Thanks, Cameron. The 10-month mark since the July flood has now come and gone. And as we approach the 1-year mark, many people are still in need of flood recovery assistance. I talked with members of a group who are still working to rev up support for long-term flood recovery. The old J.C. Penney building in Hazard has been a hub for flood recovery since right after the flood.
We had water, we had some foodstuffs, we had personal supplies, diapers, you name it, because that was the immediate need. Now each county has set up their own long-term recovery groups, and they have caseworkers.
Working with the counties, Appalachian Regional Healthcare now has transitioned the site from immediate needs to long-term needs.
We've supplied footers, bridges, culverts, you know, the list goes on, because our goal is to help our long-term recovery groups make our community members whole again.
Now, the ARH Foundation is raffling off a special item, with the proceeds going to Eastern Kentucky flood relief.
As of today, we have a very special way that people can donate and give back and hopefully win a Mercedes-Benz convertible.
ARH Foundation Executive Director Angela Bailey says many families still need help, and she hopes this raffle will help bring attention to that.
We still have thousands of individuals who are in homes that are not safe, or don't have a home, or are living in temporary homes. And so we're trying to get the word out and help people to understand this really isn't over. We need your help.
Bailey says they're working to raise $100,000 in raffle tickets for the luxury car. In Perry County, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News. If you would like to purchase a raffle ticket and have a chance at winning the Mercedes-Benz, you can go to arh.org/donate. Earlier this week, the Hyman Settlement School received a grant of more than $890,000. Senior Director for Program Development Josh Mullen says the money will be used for educational programs for elementary and high school students. He says the programs are for students of all grades, but they are focusing on kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Yeah, we were just recently awarded a 3-year grant through the AmeriCorps federal agency to support literacy initiatives, particularly K through 3 education for students who have barriers to grade level reading, specifically those with dyslexia indicators.
The school services students across the region, and Mullen says this money will help make sure students who need assistance get it. Last month, Floyd County leaders passed a new county ordinance centered around solid waste management. The new ordinance, which they say is a big change when compared to the previous ordinance, introduced in 2004, will develop a code enforcement board and allow the county to better enforce the law and issue citations to people with littered properties. Special Projects Coordinator for Floyd County, Missy Allen, says it's all about having pride in your community and keeping it clean.
We see this as a huge opportunity for us. If we clean up our county, we take pride in our county. You know, we have I think Floyd County is beautiful, but how much more beautiful would it be if it were clean?
The county is also working to establish dumping stations that will be open and free to the public on certain days. Shaping Our Appalachia region is celebrating country music and the talent hidden in the region. SOAR representatives joined tourism officials at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg yesterday to announce the second and third annual Country Music Highway tribute shows. The second event will take place this July, and the next one is on deck for next summer, hoping to highlight the kind of talent that SOAR Executive Director Colby Hall believes can drive tourism.
It's an asset, it's a competitive advantage for Eastern Kentucky, but I think it's hard to know exactly maybe what to do with it, or how to scale it, how to really leverage it properly. And I think this is a type of event when we're looking at the Country Music Highway as a whole.
Those involved say it will shine a light on the artists who paved the music highway and provide a platform for those hoping to find similar success. Hundreds of archers are descending on Laurel County for a fun event. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has more about what makes archery special for many people around the world.
The True Ball Pro-Am is in London for the 16th year. The Laurel County Fairgrounds have become a prime spot for bows and arrows.
London, Kentucky is kind of central for a lot of our stateside shooters. You know, whether they're coming from the north or the south, London's pretty easy to get to.
Archers from many states and countries have gathered. One archer from Oklahoma said on Friday and Saturday there will be no parking spots. But if you look today, and this is Thursday, they're already bumper to bumper.
This event, we've got Denmark, London, South Africa, Mexico, Australia. There are people from just kind of all over.
Multiple generations from the groups are present too. Teenagers and senior citizens are piercing targets.
Like, this is something where it's not rare to see 3 generations of people out there shooting in a family.
And some of the most successful archers are in on the fun. Paige Pierce has won medals with Team USA Archery and says London is welcoming to everyone.
What's different about places coming here with the ASA and London especially, like the whole towns are so welcoming to the archers. Like all the signs you're gonna see, you know, welcome archers. Every time you check into the hotels, they're like, hey, good luck this weekend.
It is a family and international sport, all happening in the small town of London. In Laurel County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The Pro-Am at Laurel County Fairgrounds will last through Sunday, June 4th. We now know who will be headlining the Black Gold Festival in September here in Hazard. Dylan Carmichael will perform on Friday, September 15th at 8 p.m. Carmichael is the cousin of Eddie and John Michael Montgomery. Hunter Girl will play on Saturday, September 16th at 8 p.m. She was the runner-up to Lawrence County native Noah Thompson on American Idol last year and released a duet with him called One Day Tonight in April. Noah performed at last year's festival. Both concerts are free.
Well, that festival may be later on this year, but the Polk Salad Festival is going on today in Harlan County, and the weather looks to be really nice out there, but it will be warm, so be sure that you have the sunscreen and also the water if you have any plans to go down to Harlan County later on this afternoon. Right now, though, from I-64 in Moorhead, a beautiful sunrise, that current temperature 59 degrees, and as you can see, a warm-up is on the way as we go into the rest of your Friday. Highs topping out in the upper 80s for most of us, but some people could see lower 90s later on today as we stay dry under plenty of sunshine as well. Now, we are warm, but the dew points are relatively low, so it's not very muggy today, and that will continue into the weekend as well. As you can see, that dry air will continue. So not muggy just yet, but it is warm out there by the afternoons, that's for sure. And that will continue into this weekend as well. Highs on Saturday topping out in the upper 80s. Not as warm on Sunday, still kind of mild though, middle 80s on Sunday, but we are cooler by next week, highs back in the 70s. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Keaton.
Thanks, Cameron, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Bill Cosby faces yet another lawsuit involving sexual assault. We'll have the details on the case in just a few minutes.